My name is Heng. Today is Friday, August 11th, here in Berkeley, California, and I'm glad to be with everybody. We're back again for our next series of Dharma talks, and the topic this time will be the picture biography of Master Xuyun. I have a translator into Chinese working hard, and also a translator into Vietnamese working very hard to bring the Dharma to you, so I won't have to translate for myself, which is a blessing. And I'm going to, as soon as we have our Dharma request, which is going to come from Vera in Sao Paulo, I'm going to explain what I understand about this next series of Dharma talks. So, with that in mind, let's get started. I have a bell. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. And let's see here. Okay, original sound is on. Can everybody hear me? I hope can hear clearly. And we'll get going. Okay. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. We'll make 3 half bows and invite you to put your palms together and request the Dharma with Vera. Here we go. 3 bows. Third bow. Okay, now, Vera, if you'd like to request Dharma, please go ahead and do it now.
不尽大的圣境，为其发挥具切众生，清真妙法轮教导我们，如何了生脱死离苦的速者无生。View the Sangha with great virtue out of compassion. For the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to live suffering and attain bliss and end birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one.
Namo sadanto suchedoye olahudi samyao sanputoshe.
Namo sadanto sushedaye alahudi samyao samputoshe.
无上甚深微妙法，百千万劫难遭遇。我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。Supreme and wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, rarely is encountered even in billions of eons. But now we see and hear it and accept it reverently. May we truly understand the Buddha's actual meaning. Okay, obrigado. Thank you, Vera, for the Dharma request, and welcome everybody once again. Today is the first lecture of our new series on the picture biography of Master Empty Cloud, Master Xuyun. And I wanted to say, first of all, that not the Kumbumeri people, but the Ohlone people practiced their spiritual connections to the earth and to all creation here on their ancestral land for tens of thousands of years. Today, we acknowledge them as traditional custodians and original storytellers of these lands here in the Bay Area of Northern California. We offer our respects to their elders past, present, and emerging, and to all First Nations people whose sovereignty was never ceded. 就说求千有 Ohlone 的人在他们祖先的土地上修炼着他们与土地和万物的精神联系已有数万年。今天我们承认他们是这些土地的传统监护人和原始讲故事的人，并且向他们过去、现在和新兴的长老们表示敬意以及主权，从未被割让所有第一民族人民们表示敬意。There we go, and got a bell. Let's start out right. Here we go. The bell sound wide resounds throughout 100 million worlds. The Buddha's law is heard and spread all throughout the triple world. The wondrous sound that everywhere fills the Dharma realm with peace. May those who hear it gain the strength to follow in faith the Buddha's path. 众生传3000劫内，佛法扬万亿国中，共训起法界和平，利益报贪恼后的。Indeed, there we go. Hey, we did that. We're underway. That's exciting all by itself. I'd like to say welcome to everybody, and also to let you know that we have a Vietnamese translation happening. You can go to the link in your chat box. Furthermore, we have a Chinese translation happening on your own Zoom, what do they call it? The client on your software. So if you want to hear Chinese, 如果各位想听中文的话 interpretation 那个软体的右下角，你看那个小地球啊 interpretation 在哪里可以听到中文，很流利哈，感恩义工在那儿提供他们的精神来帮我们翻译。Okay, also, should you care to request Dharma like Vera just did, we would like to welcome you to do so. In the chat box, send an email to coordinator. So we'll start right here. Okay. I am on our DRBA Chinese website. I'm going to share that with you right now so that I want folks to get acquainted with this resource. I'm going to paste it in to everyone in the meeting. There we are. I just typed in something to the chat box. Take a look. This is bilingual. We are at the DRBA Chinese website, and the on the scroll bar to the left, you'll see 线上阅读 online library. And go there and you'll find this. And this is what? It's Master Huas' writing of his preface to a special book. Let me bring it up here. Here is the picture. Let me tell you about the picture. You notice in the background, there's a framed image of the late Master Xuyun. And here is Shifu in Hong Kong paying his respects to the Sharira of Master Empty Cloud. So this is after 1959, when Master Empty Cloud entered Nirvana. And I'll read here. 释迦如来应化世纪一书问世久矣，为教门中之伟作，众生皆之宝法，人人乐读，个个愿观，容易明了，成对机之善本， 其理指妙论. Okay, so that's the first line here. Notice this is short, so I can just go ahead and read it, and I'll go to the English after that. Here we go. 敬畏仰慕上虚沙云老和尚道德戒横学问智慧苦行愿力实行慈悲喜舍平等布施忍辱精进禅定诸波罗蜜门一生之奇特数记事迹看为末法之指南新世纪之救行故而不惜种子平转加增化佛教人才经美国化200经美there we go it's not 经美国化 it's 经美国化200余夫借述函书至经寺设计今世告成问世即此将老人道德推行于全世界人手一片家喻户晓以此而发菩提心以此而成无上道以此而道驾慈航教化众生皆得不退转于菩提觉位矣 Okay, so that was written by Master Hua on the first day of the Lunar New Year in the year 1960. So in 1960, on Maitreya Bodhisattva's birthday, the Shanseng, 就是说弥勒菩萨诞辰那天，善僧就是师父渡轮。你们知道，在中国那个在香港那个时候，师父的名字叫渡轮禅师。拜续于香岛佛教讲堂之华严作师 ，OK， 就是师父写这个序文的时候 ，OK，so we heard the preface. Now this is written by Master Xuyun Hua. Respectfully, he called himself the mountain monk Du Lun. That was Shifu's name in Hong Kong. In the Flower Dormant study at the Buddhist Lecture Hall in Hong Kong, on Maitreya Bodhisattva's birthday, which was the first day of the Lunar New Year in 1960. Look at that. 2 years before Shifu left Hong Kong. What did he write? He said, there has been a book called The Life Story of Shakyamuni Buddha that's been circulating for a long time. It's a masterpiece of teachings, a precious raft on which living beings leave this realm. Everyone likes to read it. Everybody is delighted by the pictures that accompany the text. The book is easy to understand, a magnificent work that responds to potentials, a wondrous exposition that tallies with principle. The author has long cherished a deep admiration for his teacher, Venerable Xuyun. This admiration extends to the master's virtue in the way, his conduct and precepts, his erudite wisdom, his ascetic discipline, his vows, and his actual practices. It includes his kindness, compassion, joy, and serenity, his equanimity, giving patience, vigor, dhyana, samadhi, and the other paramitas. The numerous events that happen throughout his life will certainly act as a compass for those in the Dharma ending age and a saving force for this century. In Chinese, it was saving star, 救星, for this century. Therefore, the author found an especially talented artist in Buddhist subjects and invited him to paint, to sketch 200 ink drawings. After years of careful planning and deliberation, the book has now been published. It's my hope that Venerable Yun's virtuous conduct will be made known to the entire world. May many people, throughout reading a life story, be encouraged to bring forth the Bodhi resolve and accomplish the unsurpassed way. And then, may they reverse the typo, get rid of that S. It's not a boast of compassion, it's a boat of compassion. We need to correct that. To come back and teach and transform living beings so that together we attain irreversibility from the place of enlightenment. All right, what's all that about? So, Master Empty Cloud in 1959 entered Nirvana. Shifu, to commemorate his teacher's life, went through Master Empty Cloud's Nianpu, biography. In this case, it's an autobiography. Picked out 200 significant moments, then went to find an artist and commissioned the artist to draw 200 illustrations, pen and ink, beautiful illustrations, illustrating the life of Master Empty Cloud. Where did this idea come from? Well, as he said in the preface here, there's a book that circulates called 释教如来应化事迹. The English translation was Life Story of Shakyamuni Buddha, which is illustrated. People love the pictures. And I do. I've used that book regularly to catch up on stories from the Buddhist life and to enjoy the pictures, the illustrations. There's just something about the simplicity and the childlike wonder of a good picture book that brings you back to it over and over again. And you don't have to be a scholar to appreciate it. In fact, sometimes it's even the simplicity is the goal. It doesn't engage the left brain, which can sometimes be an obstacle, right? So Shifu liked that book. Everybody likes that book. Shifu said, let's create one for Master Empty Cloud. So they did. And it's called Xuyun Lecture, Picture Biography of Master Empty Cloud. Here's the preface to it, and here is what we will be studying. What do you all see what I just did? If you found that, let's see here. Well, there we go. There it is. If I brought you here, go up to the right hand corner to 目录, up here in the corner, click on that, and here we are. This is our 教材. This is where we're going to be studying. Notice there are many different pages, and on each page there's 20 illustrations. You will love them. Look, they all look like this. And we're going to go into them, not so they pixelate, but this is the first one. They're all super charming, very nice illustrations that people love. And Shifu wrote a 4-line verse to each one to special. His Shifu's poetry skills are underappreciated, but here they are. Furthermore, look, English translation, really nice, accurate, elegant English translation done by my former roommate, Bhikshu Heng, the former David Bernstein. There it is. So we're going to, and the next page looks like that, and the next page looks like this. We're going to be reading and appreciating and telling the stories of these episodes from the life of a wonderful teacher, our grand teacher, our Shigong Xuyun Lecture, Shangshu Xiaoyun Lecture. That's the plan. And boy, when I found this online archive ready to go, whew, it was like, well, that just saved me many, 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 many hours of hard work, and it's not for sure I could have made it so attractive. So I'm going to go take this page, copy the URL, and paste this into the chat again. This is where we're going to start. All right, so if anybody wants to go to the chat box, click on that. I encourage you to not wait for the lecture, but go enjoy on your own out to DRBA Chinese, to this resource. It's just super, right? A lot of hard work went into this. It's well maintained. The layout is clean. It's easy to navigate, and it's completed. It goes all the way to the end. The end is, let's see here. If you go out here, have I spoken too soon? Is this all there is? Maybe we're only halfway there. We can keep it, we'll keep working with it. Maybe the rest of it is not there. Well, oh, I know, yes. Out in the, if we go back to it's in two separate editions. So DRBA Chinese. If you go out, here we go. Y'all following me here? 阅读. Okay, this is the main page. This is the contents page for 线上阅读 inside of DRBA Chinese. You go down, scroll down, and here is the second 虚云老和尚念谱下册. Go to the contents, and this is the second half. So it goes out to the end. This is the last one. Number, I guess they're not numbered. This is the 200th. And here is, it takes us up to Hong Kong when Shifu had a banquet. And at the conclusion of 200, let's see, a recitation of the entire Da Boro Jing, the 600 chapter Great Prajnaparamita Sutra Fa Hui, to commemorate Master Empty Cloud's demise. So this is the last episode in the book. So we have the whole book. Now, that's what I wanted to say about the resource online. What I'm going to do right now is quickly bring us up to speed about who was our teacher and what was his relationship to Master Empty Cloud. Are you ready? Take a look. This is an awesome photograph. 杜伦，虚云，美国阿南杰宁斯。虚云老和尚与玄马上人因缘. The conditions that connected Master Xuyun and Master Xuanhua. 美国万佛上城. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Now, this is in Chinese, but I will translate afterwards. Here we go. For the Chinese listeners, this will be very exciting.
1948年，在禅期圆满结束后，真宁寺恳请虚云老和尚赴美弘法。老和尚说，国难当头，社会动荡不安，国民更需要佛法的慰藉。我的弘法使命重点在中国。就这样，虚云老和尚婉拒了真宁寺的邀请，留了下来。随后，他安排弟子宣化上人、知定法师、法云法师等辗转前往美国，开创佛教寺院，创下佛教正式传入西半球的先河。
Okay.
1948年。
1948. This is a picture of a Chan session held in, I believe it was, where was it? Was this at Zhenrusi? Yes. Here, right here, you can see my cursor. Here is Master Empty Cloud. To his right is this woman, Ananda Jennings. And to her right is Master Xuanhua. Here is Shifu. She is an unusual individual. We'll find out more about her later on. She asked to take refuge. Master Empty Cloud allowed this American, this Californian, to take refuge, and then they held a Chan session in her honor. Shifu was there attending, and at the end of the Chan session, Ananda Jennings invited Master Empty Cloud to come to the U.S., and everyone goes, did he come? What happened? Why didn't he come? If he came, why don't I know about it? Well, the story goes, Master Empty Cloud said no. He said, 国难当头. China is in the midst of difficulties at this time, and Chinese society is undergoing lots of turmoil. It's a very turbulent time inside of China, he said. And he said, 国民更需要佛法. The people of China need the help of the Buddha Dharma now more than ever, he said. So this is Ananda Jennings on the left, Master Empty Cloud on the right, and Shifu to your right. He said, my Hongfa Shiming, my mission to propagate the Dharma is in China, he said. Master Empty Cloud. He said, so the narrator says, and for this reason, Master Empty Cloud refused her request, said, nope, I can't come to America. I have to stay in China to do the work that my vows call me to do. However, here is Shifu. He said, I will make it possible for Master Xuyun Hua, who at the time was Dulun Fasher, I will appoint Xuyun Hua Shangren, Master Xuyun Hua, Master Zhiding, and Master Fa Yun, and a few others to go to America. The picture here, by the way, is not related. This is General Newton, who was also present in China at the time. We don't know anything more about him at the time, but he said, I will tell Master Xuyun Hua, Master Zhiding, and Master Fa Yun to go to America to set up Buddhist monasteries there, he said, and to bring the proper Dharma into the Western Hemisphere, he said. So that's our exciting video clip from Phoenix Networks in China, when this is an excerpt from what was called 100 Years, the Century of Master Empty Cloud. So I was able to extract that clip from the video that is available out there on, maybe somebody who's quick with Chinese media can find that. Bai Nian Xuyun, I think it's out there on Shouhu or somewhere. You might find it. Okay, so that was the clip. And the fun part about that, he says, Master Empty Cloud stayed behind, and he set up Shifu and the others to do these things, to come to the West to establish monasteries and to establish the right Dharma in the Western Hemisphere, be the pioneers to doing that. So that's what Shifu did. And the interesting thing about that is it establishes the fact that Shifu coming to Hong Kong and to the West was here at the special request of Master Empty Cloud. So how about that? Okay, now at this point, this slideshow talks about Master Xuyun Hua, says he is from Twin Cities County in Jilin Province of China's Manchuria, the northeast of China. He was born in 1918, the 16th day of the third lunar month. Furthermore, here is Shifu as a young man. Look at him meditating there. Wow, awesome. He stayed by his mother's grave for 3 years after her death. He went out, had his head shaved by Master Changzhi, took the precepts, and then sat by his mother's grave as a novice monk, eating 1 meal a day, never lying down to sleep by his mother's graveside. He traveled south in 1948 and met what's called Zhongmen Taidou, the Polestar of the Chan school. So the teacher from whom everything else is measured, that's what the Polestar does. That's Master Empty Cloud's title. And he came to meet him. Master Empty Cloud looked at Shifu and said, Ru Shi. So it is. And Master Xuyun Hua looked at Master Empty Cloud and said, Ru Shi. That's the way it is. So with that, Master Empty Cloud certified Master Xuyun Hua's enlightenment. So Shifu went on to Hong Kong, sent by Master Empty Cloud, away to Hong Kong to get to the West. Then in 1956, this scroll came from Master Empty Cloud. Master Xuyun sent this, which, among other things, gives Master Dulun the new name Xuyun Hua as the heir of the Weiyang school. This scroll is the certification as the 46th generation from the Buddha, the 9th generation of the Weiyang school in China, Master Xuyun Hua as the patriarch, the lineage holder of the Weiyang school. Here is Shifu in Hong Kong, surrounded by disciples. Oh boy. Buddhist Lecture Hall. Here in 1962 is Master Hua getting off the airplane at San Francisco International Airport, where he came to fulfill the mission given to him by Master Empty Cloud. Here he is, surrounded by a bunch of hippies. The Shurangama Sutra lecture series, 90 days. Oh boy, 1968. Concluded the lecture by transmitting the Bodhisattva precepts. At that, 5 Americans made the resolve to leave home and become fully ordained Buddhist monastics. Here they are. This is Heng Qian the first, Heng Jing, Heng Shou, Heng Chi, Heng Yin. Ron Epstein, the future Stephen Lovett, and 3 Chinese disciples from San Francisco. Master Hua began to teach. Sangha grew, went to Gold Mountain Monastery. It's exciting. Look at how bitter Gold Mountain was back in the day. Oh boy. Then look at the Western Sangha. The maturing of Sangha in the West. This is the 70s in San Francisco at Gold Mountain Monastery. Look at all those Western faces. City of 10,000 Buddhas came along in 1976. Yep. So now we're in familiar territory, right? Many of you listening will have personal connection with City of 10,000 Buddhas as Master Hua determined to set up the Sangha, translate the sutras, establish education, and to conduct interfaith relationships. 4 vast enterprises, the 4 legacies of Master Hua. So, Shifu's biography, when he's 31 years old, he decides he's going to go to Hong Kong, and let's see. I'm sorry. He goes to Nanhua Si to visit Master Empty Cloud. His duties at his mother's graveside are finished. So this is 1948. He go at Nanhua Si, which is the 6th Patriarch's monastery. He becomes the instructor at the Vinaya Academy at Southern Flower Monastery, Nanhua Si, right? So he becomes the head of instruction there. This is a letter photo is taken. That's where he meets Ananda Jennings. Who is Ananda Jennings? Look, 20 October 1948. This is Singapore. Singapore's newspaper, English language newspaper. A slender white-haired American, Miss Ananda Jennings, arrived in Singapore on board the Canton ship, wearing the bright yellow robes of a Buddhist. She's on her way to Hong Kong to meet Master Xuyun, the great Buddhist teacher at Nanhua Monastery. That was how you got into China in 1948. Don't you know, in 1948, there was a war going, a civil war inside of China. So, here is Ananda Jennings. Over here, 3 monks away, here's Master Xuyun. Here is Xuyun Lao Heshan. So, Shifu encountered him at age 32. So on this day at age 32, Master Empty Cloud, Qing Si Shuyuan Zhao Wu Ju Ren Shi, asked Master Xuyun to be the teacher at the Bini Academy. Shifu lived in the Tripitaka pagoda with the texts. He was a certifying acharya, and when the precept transmission was over, he went with Master Empty Cloud to Shaoguan Dajian Si down in the south. Fu Da Jue Chan Si Qu Yunmen Si Wei Banshou. Shifu was made the head of the Sangha at Yunmen Cloud Gate Monastery, and he cultivated there. But what happened? Oh, okay. So to confirm that this happened, we visited Master Bun Huan. Master Bun Huan was 103 at the time we had this encounter, and he talked about what it was like there at Yunmen with both Master Xuyun and Empty Cloud. He was a witness to their meeting.
他说想请你老人家介绍一下当年您和宣化上人的姻缘。
我跟宣化上人，这是在兰花寺。兰花寺呢，那这个呢，他在兰花寺这个学校的当教师。我那个时呢，是兰花请我在兰花寺当班长。因为我在兰花寺当班长，他在那里当教师，有这个两个人士。他这个人接的是兰花的法。他接的法跟那个香港那个香港的这一法师，他们都是一个法派。
都是一样。
我也是是老虎的法头，也是不他们都是这个是老虎的法头，但是我们呢，但是这个法派的不同，都是不是同一个的？
So Master Bun Huan, who passed away not long ago, he was one of the true Dharma treasures, the Maha. He was the what do you call them? They're as rare as hen's teeth. I think he was among the very last to pass away. But Master Bun Huan said, yes, we were there at Nanhua Si together. Master Xuyun was the Dharma heir. Master Empty Cloud passed the Dharma to Master Xuyun and also to Hong Kong's Sheng Yi Fa Shi, and he said, and I myself received the Dharma transmission. So there we have it. He is the Mahatera, one of the last surviving real Chan masters of the era. So that was our encounter with Master Bun Huan, certifying that Master Hua was the Dharma heir. Okay, So the word came that Master Empty Cloud had at 6 Banyans, Liu Rongsi, had passed away. So here is, we have some letters penned by Master Xuyun to Master Xuanhua. We won't try to read that right now, but there's that letter and there's this letter. This is his signature, Xuyun, written to Dulun, Master Xuanhua. The topics are various topics. Here is also Master Xuyun. You can see his handwriting here. This is 1958, the year before he entered Nirvana. So we have 3 letters, correspondence, written by Master Xuyun himself. This is the Records of the Patriarchs, co-authored by Master Xuyun and Master Xuanhua. In 1956, the scroll came. Here it is, written by Master Xuyun, certifying Shifu's position as the 9th of the Weiyang Patriarchs, the Weiyang school. So there's a verse that he wrote with Shifu's name on it. Chuan Weiyang Zheng Zong Di Ba Dai Zheng Fa Yan Zang Fu Yu Di Jiu Dai Xuan Hua Du Lun Chuan Chan Ren Shan Hu Zhi. The 8th designated ancestor of the Weiyang school passes along the Dharma the right Dharma's treasury, given now to the 9th generation of ancestral patriarchs, Master Xuanhua Dulun. So there it is. He says, Xuan Yang, Xuan Wei Miao Yi, Zhen Jia Sheng, Du Yi Si Liu Chuan Xin Yin. So Xuan Hua Du Lun. Hua, so it goes like this. Xuan Wei Miao Yi Zhen Jia Chuan Zhen Chua Sheng Hua Yong Xu Yu Fa Dao Long. The second line goes, let's see here. Du Yi Si Liu Chuan Xin Yin Lun Xuan Can Xiu Qi Shan Lun, is that it? So this is the verse in his hand, and it goes like this. Xuan Wei Miao Yi Zhen Jia Sheng Hua Sheng Ling Yu Fa Dao Long Du Yi Si Liu Chuan Xin Yin Lun Xuan Wu Xiu Ji Ku Lun. There we go. That's it. So proclaiming the wondrous Dharma of the Weiyang and shaking up the sound of our school. In other words, giving our new life to our Chan school, transforming all of those living beings so that the path of the Dharma flourishes. And notice, so the first word is Xuan, the third word is Du, the second word is Hua, the fourth word is Lun. So Xuan Hua Du Lun. Taking over all of the different kinds of living beings, transmitting the seal of the mind, Lun Xuan Wu Xiu, teaching without rest, saving all beings in suffering. And there is our teacher. So the point of this slideshow is to connect our Master Xuanhua, our founder, with Master Xuyun, and to kind of give the context for the arising of this book that we're going to be investigating. So this is the home temple of the Weiyang school, Mi Yin Si, Mi Yin Monastery in Hunan, And in 2006, we were privileged to visit Miyin Chansi. We went out to the stupa, where on the stupa, on the marble is carved, or the granite, I guess, carved Shifu's name. So, Chuan Xuanhua Du Lun, right there. Okay, any questions? Put them into the chat box, please. So there it is. And in 1959, the word came that Master Xuyun had passed away at Yunjishan Zhenru Monastery. And Master Hua at that point said, I'm going to commemorate his life with 200 illustrations. And this is the first edition of the Huazhuan, the picture biography. It's since then gone through 2 more versions. This was the first English language bilingual translation. Many people have seen this red cover with Master Empty Cloud's face on it. It's been floating around for some time. And not long after, a new publication emerged. I've got it right here. This new publication, 2003. 2003. It's 2 volumes, wonderful, beautifully published, and stories with illustrations like this. This is when the teacup breaks and Master Empty Cloud wakes up. That's one of the stories. Age 54. This is the story of the tiger that came to take refuge with Master Empty Cloud. So beautiful illustrations, just lovely. Ink line drawings and super. So you really get a feel. And that brings us up to 1959, when Shifu convened a Mahaprajna Paramita Sutra recitation session. Shifu passed the news around, even to San Francisco. Reverend Xuyun died this Wednesday. Please arrange commemorations. So Shifu sent this 1959, October 17th, this telegram to San Francisco. The news was published in the newspaper, the passing of Master Empty Cloud. Here is the Fa Hui in Hong Kong at Buddhist Lecture Hall. Many, many days to finish the Mahaprajna Paramita Sutra recitation. This is the altar. When we took these pictures to Zhenru Si a decade ago already, they were all excited because they had never seen these pictures from Hong Kong. This was the part of the historical record of the passing of Master Empty Cloud. Here in Hong Kong, was where the celebration happened. Xuyun Lao Heshang Zhui Si Da Hui, funeral observance for Master Empty Cloud in Hong Kong. That's the scene. Really magnificent. Da Bo Mahaparinirvana. So in Hong Kong, Shifu did the funeral just right. These are all the Wanlian, the couplets from near and far sent to commemorate the passing of Master Empty Cloud. Here's Shifu and all of the bhikshus and bhikshunis who showed up to take part. It was longjong, to say the least. Some of the faces people recognize, Master Shichun and others. Luminaries from the 50s in Hong Kong. Take a look at how longjong, how magnificent this was. now, let's see. Then this is at the. They finished the Ibai. It took 140 days, so almost 4 months. 336. Yep. To recite the entire 600, the entire 100 scroll. Let's see, 600 scroll Mahaprajnaparamita Sutra. This is on the roof at Buddhist Lecture Hall. All those who completed it. Gongda Wuliang. So Shifu sent some 2 lay disciples to go to Yunjushan to request Master Xuyun's Sharira. And what are the chances of 2 laywomen succeeding in that quest? But after 18 days, they came back with 10 of Master Empty Cloud's Sharira. Look at them. They are incredible. That clearly these Sharira were supposed to arrive with Master Hua, because how rare is that? People have been to City of 10,000 Buddhas, particularly on a like Buddha's birthday or New Year's. You have a chance to visit the Sharira pagoda there, and in the Miao Yutang, wonderful words, Wuyentang, wordless hall. You can bow to those Sharira. They're still there at in the wordless hall at CDDB. The most amazing Sharira you will ever see, guaranteed. So then this is talking about the establishing of this picture biography, and also a report about the Nirvana ceremony. This is a rare edition. The calligraphy is done by Yu Youren, famous scholar and calligrapher. And here is Shifu's couplet that he wrote. Riding a tiger, he is born. His life passed over 5 emperors and 4 dynasties. Ibais. And then the second couplet, riding astride the heron, he returns to encounter 9 difficulties, 9 tests, and 10 challenges. Master Empty Cloud, having lived 120 years, went through all kinds of difficulties. 120 years, he went through and endured all of the many fengyu, wind and rain, sanqian xia, the entire universe looks up to the torch of wisdom, the compassionate navigator. Beautiful couplet that Shifu wrote. Then there's a picture of Master Empty Cloud, and Shifu wrote a verse on it. So the Buddha Dharma rises again depending on Master Empty Cloud. The pulse of the Dharma doors is exalted once again. Sangjia Qinjin, the Sangha draws near you, they all take refuge. Sanbao Zhu Shi Hua You Qing. The 3 jewels abide, survive to teach living beings. He says, I am a simple white-robed monk. I'm a simple, stupid monk from the White Mountains. Meng Gong Shou Yin Wei. And I met Master Empty Cloud and received the transmission of the Weiyang school. Thus it is, thus it is. Again, thus it is. We depend, we only hope that you will gaze at living beings with your compassionate vision, says Master Empty Cloud, Master Shenhua, written with respect by Dulun. So there we are. That's our story. It's an incredible resource for Buddhist history. And the most significant thing, I think, is that Master Empty Cloud is our grand teacher. So anyone who has taken refuge, who has a guo or a qin dharma name, is in the line of Master Empty Cloud. We are his direct dharma disciples. So how cool is that? It's up to us to keep the lineage going, to keep the light of the dharma torch lit and bright, to keep the dharma wheel turning. And we do that by finding out how they lived, what was important to them, and keep it moving in the world. So there we are. To conclude today, that's our first. We'll start out next week with the very first tree in the picture biography. And until then, let's transfer the merit today, and we'll see you all saying, please make a wish, and let's dedicate merit. Here we go. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Let's bow to our teacher and to the Buddhas. Here we go. Make 3 bows. Bow in respect to the Venerable Master. Alrighty, that'll do it for our first lecture. See you all next week. Amitofo. Be well, everyone. Bye-bye now.